Today we're going to be animating this cute avocado in Procreate Dreams. So let's get started. So this is the Procreate file that I've created. I've drew everything in Procreate because it's just so much easier. So I've got basically everything on different layers. Got his arms, his legs, his little seed there, or pit. His eyes, there's going to be two different types of eyes and two different types of mouth, so I've got those on separate layers also. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring all of this over into Procreate Dreams. So how you do that is, let's go over to Procreate Dreams here and let's create a new file. So click on the plus there in the top corner, just like you do in Procreate. And we're going to stick with this widescreen here. If you want to see all of your options, you can just scroll through them just like that. And if you want to change them, you can just click on the little red square right there, and then you can change them to whatever you want. So we're going to stick with this widescreen, and we're going to make it an empty file right here. So this is what we're going to be working with today, and then now we're going to bring in all of our assets from Procreate over into Dreams. So the way that I like to do it, there's so many ways to do it, but the way that I like to do it is like to go into Procreate. This is my file here, so I'm going to hold down on it until it's moving around. And I'm going to push my home button, go back over to Procreate Dreams, and I'm going to drop it in. Okay, and there we are. I think it's just about where I want it at. We could maybe center it a little bit more. I think that's good though, actually. So about right there. All right, the next thing we need to do is we need to convert all of these to our layers like we had over in Procreate, in regular Procreate. So the way you do that is you hold down on the track itself. And you know what? Actually, before I start that, I'm going to go ahead and alter my properties here. So if you click on the file name here, you'll get this menu section here, and then the properties here is what we want to change. So the first thing I'm going to change is the frames per second. I'm just going to go frame by frame. And then the duration is probably not going to be more than 10 seconds. So we will type in 10 on that one, and then we'll go over to the 1 minute here and then just hit the backspace on that. We'll get rid of it. So we have 12 frames per second, 10-second duration, and the HD width and height. So hit done, finished there. All right, so then you can see it is shrunk our timeline. And if you want to pull that out a little bit, just 3 fingers, and then we can make it over here. So that's going to be the length of our animation about right there. Alright, so now let's change this into all of the layers that we had over in Procreate. So if you hold down the track, oops, it went away, just like that, and then it says convert layers to tracks. Click on that, okay, and you can see it's changed into a group. So if you click on that little arrow right there, it'll open up the group. And there is all of our little pieces that we did over in Procreate. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to group some things here that are going to be animated together. And that's going to be pretty much everything except the arms, legs, and then the little bar that he's doing exercises on. That's not going to change at all. So I think that's the arms and that is the seed. So from the seed down, all of that's going to be in its own group. So the way we do that is we click on the layers little icon right there, and if we draw a line through it, we can select all of those layers all the way up to the little seed or the pit there. And we have all of these layers selected. What you want to do is you want to put your finger on it, hold it down, and when you set group right there. And that's going to put all of those assets in a group. And one thing that I don't like that it does is it keeps all of those layers that all of those pieces were on. So I don't like that because it just gets messy. So I like to delete all of those blank tracks right there. And make sure you don't delete the one you need. Alright, so there all the blanks are gone, and now we have a new group with just the avocado assets. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to animate this avocado first, and we're going to have him just go up like he's doing a pull-up, and then go back down. And he's going to do that a couple of times. So going up is going to be a little bit slower because it's hard to pull yourself up. And then coming down is going to be a little bit quicker because it's easy to drop back down. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep him at that position for maybe 3/4 of a second, I guess. And then from here, we're going to set a move and move in scale. So he's going to just stay in that position up until about right there. And then this is where he's going to start going up. And we're going to make that pulling up maybe all the way to the 2-second point maybe. And we're going to click on it again. And now we're going to move our avocado up. And I want it up to about right where his eyes and mouth are above the line. All right. So that should be good. Let's see what that looks like. So we got him. All right. And I like the easing that it's set on right now is perfect. So I'm not going to change that at all. So it kind of starts slowly and then gradually goes up a little bit quicker. So I like that. All right. And now when he's going down, as I said, he's going to do that a little bit quicker. So I'm going to have him stay up to that position for just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of a second. So then we'll click on it again. We'll keep it in that position. And then we'll have him drop down to maybe to the 3-second mark. All right, so let's have him come back down to his original position. And I'm just kind of using the arms as a guide. All right, let's see what that looks like now. So you go, ooh, and then down. Okay, so the down is a little bit slow. I'm going to slide this last keyframe there. I'm going to slide it over a little bit to make that do a little bit quicker down. So let's see. Up, down. Yeah, that's better. All right. So that's kind of about the spacing that I want. That's good. Now, since we've done this one time, we don't need to do it again because it's just going to be basically the same animation 2 times. So what I'm going to do is so we want that resting position there again for maybe, the first time was what, 1/2 a second? So let's do that again. Let's do 1/2 a second. So about right there. And I'm just using that guide right there for 1/2 a second. So it's actually right there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the little clacker back up to the main, not down here. So down here is where our keyframes are. I'm going to put it back up to here. Make sure I'm on that 3.5 second mark there. And I'm going to click on it and I'm going to hit edit and I'm going to split it. All right. And now I'm going to take this part and I'm going to delete it. All right. So now we don't have an avocado after that point right there. And I'm going to do my animation in this group first before we duplicate it, because the eyes and the mouth are going to change and I want them to have the same change for the second part too. So we're just going to do it one more time. We're just going to, so the going up is already there, so that's fine. So what we're going to do for the eyes is I got 2 sets of eyes here. I want them to start out wide open. So I'm going to turn off those kind of closed eyes. And then I've got a mouth that's round and a mouth that's smiling. We're going to turn off the round one into the smile. So that's his eyes and his mouth position is when he starts off. Now I want those to change when he starts to pull himself up. So what I'm going to do is kind of move the track over until he starts to go up. And when he starts to go up, now what we're going to do is we're going to click on the clacker. I'm going to edit. I'm going to split those round eyes. And then we're going to go up to the top. Same thing. Edit. Split it. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the round eyes there. And we're going to turn on the closed eyes there. So then when he goes up, as soon as he starts to go up, he'll close his eyes. All right. And then the same thing I want to do is when he gets to the top, right before he comes down again, we're going to have him open his eyes again. So we're going to, right there at the top, we're going to split it again, edit, split, and go up to the top to the other eyes there, and edit, and split those. And now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to turn off those and we're going to turn back on the round ones. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Ooh, down. There we go. That's exactly what we wanted. All right, and then for the mouth, we're going to do the same thing. So when he starts to go up, so the break is going to be basically the same place. So I'm going to edit and split it, and then we're going to go down here and do the same thing. Edit and split it. Okay, and we're going to, when he starts to go up, we're going to turn on the round mouth and turn off the other mouth. So, ooh, looks like we got a blank there. This one kind of shrunk. We don't want that. So, stretch him out to there. Let's see. There we go. Ooh. And then at the top, so as soon as the round eyes come back on, now we're going to have the round mouth go away. So we're going to split, edit, split it, and then down here, the same thing. Edit, split it, and now we're going to turn on these and turn off that one. Okay, let's see if that's got the whole thing done now. Oop. Yeah. Okay, and let me see. I think that is all. So now what we can do is we can close that group again. All right, and now I can duplicate it. So we're going to hold down on that group, and we're going to duplicate it and put it over here. So now we should have those eyes opening and closes on both of them now. Up, down, up, down. Yep. All right, and then we're just going to stretch this one out to fill out the rest of the animation there. Yep. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so let's do the arms now. Now the arms are going to be a little bit tricky because the only way we can do this, I mean, you could probably move them around, but I think the best way is going to do this is to do it frame by frame animation. So there's the arms right here. So if you're enjoying the content, I have a small favor to ask that makes a huge difference. Subscribing to my channel is like giving a virtual high five, and it means the world to me. When you hit that subscribe button, you're not just supporting the channel, you're joining an incredible community of awesome people who love art just as much as you do. Imagine being part of something bigger where every view, like, and comment helps us grow and reach more awesome folks just like you. Plus, subscribing is super easy. It's just one click, but that one click has a ripple effect, helping me create more content, bringing new ideas to life, and spreading positivity all around. And hey, in the spirit of kindness, how about this? Subscribe and then go out and do something nice for someone today. Hold the door open for a stranger, leave a kind note for a coworker, or simply smile at someone who looks like they need it. Let's make the world a bit brighter together. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and let's make amazing things happen. Thank you for your support. You're the reason this channel exists. So we need to edit those. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out until he starts to move. So about right there. And then we're going to edit, split it, and we're going to get rid of those arms. Okay, so right here, he's going to, you see the avocado starting to move up just a little bit. So we're going to go out to that frame right there. And we're going to hit the drawing mode, which is the little squiggly line right there. And we need to draw in some new arms. So we're going to go to black. And I think the monoline brush is probably good. Let me make sure that's too fat. Let's take the size down, maybe 14. Still too fat. 8. Maybe 6. Yeah, that's good. So about 6%. All right, and now we can see here where the original arms were. So we want it kind of be connected about the same place it was, but we're going to put a little curve in it. All right, and just kind of draw little hands up there. The same thing with this one. So just about like that. Okay, and then we can come over and, oops. Get him all the way over there to the edge. Okay, let's make sure we're touching. So I think I'm gonna have to put it on my draw. Yeah. Dreams is more sensitive to me than regular Procreate. So if you just barely touch it, you can turn off things you don't want turned off. So I'm gonna put on my drawing glove so that won't happen. And go back in the drawing mode. And now I want to connect that arm. That's better. I want it to touch our avocado there. Okay, and now we can come over again. Now you can see where our last one was at. And kind of draw a new one. Just like that. And then we'll come out again. And you can see the last one. Just moving them a little bit more. Come out again. And where it connects, we're going to make it go up just a little bit more, and then the arch is going to be a little bit more. Alright, move it over again. I'm just going to keep on doing this. Right? Yeah, don't move again. Alright, so what we can do now is we can just duplicate that last hand or arm position until he starts to come down again. Okay, now he's starting to come down now. So here's where we need to start changing the arms again. So maybe we'll get rid of that last one, delete it, and then I'll draw it in. Okay, so he's going to be starting to come down, so we're going to, where it's connected, we're going to bring that down a little bit. So maybe from here to... I'm not going to change much. There we go. So this one's going to be a little bit quicker, so there's going to be bigger movements. Okay. They're starting to straighten out now. I think he's almost there at the bottom. Yeah. I don't think it's going to change much more than this, so we're going to draw this last one. And that should be it. Yeah, we'll just duplicate this one now. Duplicate. Okay. Starting to go up a little bit. So let's see if we can choose. I'm going to turn off drawing mode. And then we're going to see if we can choose all of these. Hold it down and group them. Alright, and then we're going to duplicate these, and let's see how that works out. Let's make our avocado where we can see it better. Yep. Yeah, I think it looks good. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take those arms there and we're going to stretch those out to the end so they'll stay in that lower position. Did they disappear? They disappeared. Where do they disappear at? Right there. So I'm going to edit and split that and get rid of those where the arms are gone. And maybe we'll just draw them again right here. We'll just draw them in the down position. What happened? I think I undid something. All right, so let's draw them in that down position one more time. Okay, I think that's good. And we'll move him right over to the edge, and then let's see if we can stretch this guy out. It's gonna be hard, it's so small. There we go. All right, let's see if that did what we're looking for. Down, yep. All right, that did it. All right, now we need to do the legs. Okay, so that will be, let me turn that off. Yeah, that one. So this group right here. So again, we're going to come out where the leg, or they start to go up. All right, there. I'm going to click on it, edit, split it, get rid of him. All right, and then we're going to draw I think I could have left that one out a little bit more. It'll start moving to about right there. Let's see if I can pull this out a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so we're going to draw his legs. So they're just going to move a little bit, not going to be much. So I'm going to make sure that they continue touching his body here. That's the kind of main thing. Maybe that. And go out again. And we can have them start to raise up a little bit too. Yep. So we're just going to keep on doing this, just like we did for the arms. All right, let me move my avocado down there some. Yeah, he's at the top. So I'm going to duplicate these. I'm going to hold that position for a minute. Okay. Okay, starts to go down right there. So I'm going to get rid of that last one I duplicated. Come on. Sometimes it's really difficult to choose it. Delete it. There we go. All right, now we're going to draw. We got drawing mode back on, okay? And yeah, we're going to, okay, so basically we're just going to make it, keep the same length, but follow it back down again. What happened? All right. Remember, this is going to be a little quicker this time. I don't think it moves much after this. Yeah. All right, so we're going to duplicate this in his down resting position now until he starts to come up again or move. Come on. Duplicate. Okay, there. Starts to move up some, so I'm going to leave it about right there. And now, we're going to see if we can select all of these legs. We're going to hold it down. We're going to group them. Okay. And then see if we can duplicate that group. And let's see what that looks like so far. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. So let's see what we got here. We're going to have to draw the legs down position one more time. So about there. So go back to drawing mode. And we're just going to copy these. Just about there. And then we're going to stretch those out to the end. If I can. There we go. All right, make sure everything's copacetic. All right. Oop. Okay, looks good. And he's going to stay in that position. All right, so that's that done. All right, there's a couple more things we need to do. So I'm going to open up our avocado group again. And then the little pit here. He's going to do something. In the second time that our avocado goes up. So there's the first time, that's fine. And the second time, so we don't need that first group there. No, I don't want to turn it off. I'm going to close it. Second group is where we need it. So I'm going to open that one up and then go to our little pit here, and then when he starts to go up, it's about right there maybe, we're going to move and scale. So leave him in that resting position right there, but this next frame, it's going to start to lose it. And then, you know what, I think I might do this performance mode. So I'm going to click on the little circle there, and what performance mode does is it records your movement. So we're just going to have that pit kind of slide off and roll off the screen down here, okay? So as soon as I start moving it, it will start recording. Just like that. And then let's see what that looks like. Go up and down, and up, and then he loses his little pit right there. Now we need to make a little mark where his tummy was. We want that kind of discolored a bit. So I'm going to go, let me see, I think I need to go where the body is, right there. And I think we're going to right there. So I'm going to make a new track on top of the avocado here. And we're going to pick that green color. So I'm going to go in the drawing mode. I'm going to choose that green color. I'm going to make it just a little bit darker. So I'm going to slide it down and to the right a bit. So it's going to be a little bit darker and a little bit more saturated. Okay, and then the monoline brush is fine. Probably need to make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to make like a little circle where his pit is at. I can't see what I'm doing because it's under the pit, but I don't think the color changed, did it? Let me see that again. If I click on that and fill duration, that should take it to the end. There we go. Alright, so I just need to cover up this spots that you can see. I'm just going to take my pencil and color in those marks and just come out another frame. And we'll color in this pink part. That part right there. Just keep doing that until that's all covered up. I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see what that looks like and see if that achieved what I wanted to. I'll take it all the way to the end here. Yeah. Alright, and then when he loses his little seed there, we're gonna make him probably make his mouth turn to a circle again. So that would be about right there is fine. We'll go down to where his mouth is. I think that's his eyes. Mouth was down here. So maybe to about here will he open his eyes. And then he realizes his pit's sliding away. So we're going to edit and split that. And we're going to come down here to this one just like we did before. Edit and split that. And then we're going to turn off the smiley face and turn on the round one. Alright, and then also we're going to do one last thing. We're going to make him embarrassed that he lost his seed. Okay, so on the avocado level right there, layers would be the very bottom layer. So about right here, I'm going to make a new layer on top. So add a track. Alright, and we're going to hit drawing mode. We're going to click a pink color and maybe use the soft brush. And let's try to see if we draw his cheeks in right here. A little red. Maybe that's a little too much at first. Let's see if we can turn the opacity down a little bit. So I'll give him just a little pink, and then I'm going to do one more frame out, and then he's going to get really pink. Just about like that. Alright, and we're going to leave that. Hopefully we can stretch him out all the way to the end here. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright guys, that is going to do it. So what I'll do is I'll leave the final animation for you guys at the end of the video. If this has helped you, please subscribe, please like the video, share it with your friends. I'd very much appreciate it. And having said that, if you want these assets, it's on the Patreon. If you join that, you'll get the assets for both websites. What a bargain. So I'll see you guys in the next video for another Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Hope this has helped you. Take care.